Hello everyone, this is Lincoln Prime, and today we're taking a look at the Transformers Dark of the Moon Studio Series 71 Deluxe Class Dino, aka Mirage. Now, before we look at the figure, as usual, we'll take a look at the box. So basically, on the front, we do have a picture of Dino on the front, Transformers Dark of the Moon at the bottom, Studio Series Autobot Dino. We do get the Transformers logo right here, Transformers Generations, Takara Tomy, and the Hasbro logo. On the side, we do get a picture of Dino and Studio Series 71. We do get the same picture of Dino and then the Autobot logo on the side. On the back, we do get our promo shot, and as well as just some stuff about the character, and then we do get these, it shows the basically backdrop that it comes with on the inside, but I don't really use that. Nothing at the bottom, nothing really much at the top except the window and Transformers, and that is about it for the box. And moving right along, here we have Deluxe Class Dino out of the box, and I have to say this car mode looks absolutely amazing. Now the only problem is this is one of the few Studio Series figures that was not able to get a sponsorship by the company that the vehicle mode is based off of. In this case, it would have been a Ferrari 458 Italia, but I guess trying to get licensing from Ferrari is an absolute hassle, so they were not able to get the licensing from Ferrari to do the vehicle mode. So the vehicle mode in this case is actually very much inaccurate to Dino's appearance in the movie, because you didn't have this weird red stripe right here. The back is very different. You didn't have like this extra kind of section right here. The overall side profile is very, very similar. Though I do feel like it would be a little bit more rounded near the back. The front is also very different because he doesn't have that red cut in the middle of the grille, and it does feel a little bit more squared off than it should. But they tried their best, and I'll give them that. Like, this is a really, really good looking vehicle mode. It just sucks that they weren't able to get the licensing from Ferrari, but that's really not a big deal because I really do actually enjoy how this vehicle mode looks. Now, there is a lot of panel lines just due to the transformation, so if you are bothered by that, then there's really nothing you can do about it. But you know, it's not the biggest deal. I mean, you can still tell, yes, it's a red car. There you go. It's that. But yeah, it does look really good. I mean, you have this really nice, bright, kind of vibrant red for the majority of the car. You get the nice silver for the front, like the headlights. The grille looks very nicely painted. Nothing looks missed in terms of paint details. The rims are painted in a very nice looking silver as well. You do get some stuff kind of poking out from the robot mode in the vehicle mode. Right here, the side of the feet on the inside as well, and right there. And everything else is just kind of folded inside. This is technically like a shell former, but with better engineering. It's not like your typical kind of shell former, kind of like the what was it? The Earthrise RC figure, for example, because that thing was basically just the robot tucking inside of the car. But in this case, it's not really like that. It is a shell former, but it's not like that. Now, the only other gripe I do have is, and it's not really Hasbro's fault, I do understand that this has been a problem for a very long time, but the color matching right here, as you can see, was not very good, because you have like this one red color, but when it came to the clear plastic parts being painted red, they were not able to match the red properly, so when it's under light, you can very much tell. But it's not the biggest issue. Now, for a comparison, here we have Dino next to another Transformers figure. I have the Robots in Disguise Bumblebee right here, for example. Get that to focus. I apologize. There we go. So there you have that for a comparison. And then for a non-Transformers comparison, here we have him next to the Demon Slayer Tanjiro figure from my last review. And then another one, we do have another non-Transformer, the Super Action Statues Jonathan Joestar. So anyways, guys, I feel like I've finished talking about the vehicle mode, so let us get down to the Rubble Mode. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to take this back section right here, kind of lift it up and open up the car doors and just try to kind of fiddle with it a bit. Do that on that side, same thing on this side. Come on, there we go. Flip them out. Take these sections, fold them up like so, and like so. And what you're gonna do now, you're gonna come to the bottom, try to kind of untab this entire section so this will kind of fold out like that. Now take the arms, kind of bring them out like so to give yourself some clearance. Fold this section in like that, and then rotate around like so, and then take this section, untab it from up here like that, and then kind of just bring this down. So do the same thing on the other side, kind of bring that out and bring that down. Just kind of get the arms out of the way for now. Next, take this section, rotate it around, and then kind of bring these down a bit more. This section will fold in and kind of basically, I'm trying to get that, there we go. Get these arms down for now. That'll just fold down like so and tab in. So there we have that section. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to untab here at the back, these side sections, and then lift this section up. Rotate this around and then kind of flip this forward. You're going to have to kind of push it because the plastic kind of overlaps on this little lip right here. So kind of just do that like so. And then next what we're going to do here, we're going to take these sections right here. These will kind of come out. These are just like the weapons. We'll put these off to the side for now. And then kind of take the legs, fold them out like so, bring them down like that and like that, push these sections in like that and like that, flip out the feet, and then rotate the legs around like so. So there we have the legs all done. And then now we're going to take this section right here, fold this forward, take the head, fold it out like so, kind of bring this section down. And then we're going to take all of this right here. This is all basically going to kind of sandwich back. It's very interesting how this part works. And then this section right here is going to kind of untab from there, and then you have two tabs right here and two slots right here, which will go inside of that like so, and basically kind of lock everything in place. Now we're going to take this entire section right here, fold down, but you have to kind of get these sections out of the way, so we'll rotate these up and then kind of bring all of that down like so. Take the arms, fold them out, rotate these around, and then rotate the hands around like so. Do the same thing on this side, rotate the hand around. There you have the arms done. We'll take this section, fold it up. You do have a kind of tab or like a clip right here that'll go right into there, and then basically just kind of clip it into place like that. And kind of angle the doors up like so. And there we have Studio Series Dino in his robot mode. And all I have to say is, for a very underrated character from Dark of the Moon, because he only had around like 3 minutes of screen time, this is a great looking figure. This is kind of on a similar level, but more on a cheaper side, with a little less kind of, engineering, kind of like the Alien Attack figure that we got a while back, but it was a third-party company. But this is our first official Dino figure that is not a repaint or a retool of something else, because in the past this character was always just a repaint in terms of the action figures of what was it, Sideways from Revenge of the Fallen. And so now we have an official Dino figure, and this just looks so cool. This is one of my favorite Studio Series figures, in my opinion. But just going in on some of that detail, a lot of people say that just the chest is a bit too flat, but honestly that's not a big deal as long as you kind of look at it from a different angle. But it's not a big deal. It's nicely painted. Nothing is really missed in terms of paint and detail and all that kind of stuff, as well as kind of like the paint on the arms as well. But just a lot of the detail looks really nice. I especially love the head as well. I feel like the detail on this looks way better than the Alien Attack third-party figure that was released a while back. And then you also do get a lot more silver paint, which you don't really see a lot in terms of figures of this kind of size. but a lot of really nice painted silver detail in there, as well as the blue eyes, which I think they did a metallic blue for, and that looks really, really good. Really good. But yeah, I mean, just the paint job and everything just looks really, really nice. Now, the only inaccuracy is the wheels, but honestly, I would prefer a figure having wheels, because honestly, if it doesn't have wheels, it's going to be hard to tell it's a Transformer, depending on the circumstances. But now, you do get a big old backpack, but it's actually not too bad. It actually compresses really well, in my opinion, and I think the engineering behind this was very, very brilliant. But everything else, just in terms of detail, paint, and all that kind of stuff, this is absolutely outstanding. Now, we do get two accessories. We do get his two arm blades. Now, these don't really have any paint on them, but that's fine. I kind of do wish they had some paint, though, and I do wish that these were a bit bigger, since these do seem a bit small on this figure. But you do get two of them. They do have some nice molded detail, though, I will say that. But to attach them, all you do is you have these ports right here on the back of the arms. You just basically put them in there like so, and do the same thing on the other side. There is a port on the back, and then a tab. Just slot that in there like so. Oop, the other way I meant. There we go. And there you go. He has his little arm blades that he had in the movie, and I think that's like a very much needed inclusion, so I'm glad they did. They didn't include those like grapple looking things that he came with, but that's completely fine to me. As long as he comes with these, then the look, in my opinion, is completed. Now let us talk about the articulation. So basically, at the top we do have a ball joint at the head, but it is very limited, but it is kind of tight though at the same time. But he can look up about that much, down not too much, and then his arms right here are on kind of like a ball joint, but be careful because these are actually clear plastic, so be very careful with those. They are in a ball joint, so they can go up that much and that much. They theoretically can rotate all the way around, but you have all of this kind of blocking that, so I would not recommend it. You do get a double jointed elbow like so, and then you do get a bicep swivel, and then as well as a rotation in the wrist. And then for the waist, we don't get anything for the waist right here. It's basically just a static area right there, but that's not too bad. You do get a ball joint in the thigh right here, so he can kick forward about that much, and he can kick forward back about the same. You do get, because of that ball joint as well, it can kind of accommodate for some thigh swivel, but not much. But you do get a bend at the knee, a rotation at said knee, and then as well as a hinge at the foot, but that is also part of transformation. And then I guess, you know, the door wings are also articulated, but that's another thing that's part of the transformation. So articulation, you can pull off a lot of really, really nice poses. Now for comparison, here we have the Studio Series Dino next to another fellow Autobot, the 2007 Bumblebee. Here we have him next to another figure I've reviewed before, the Netflix Earthrise Optimus Prime. Here we have him next to the Banpresto Tanjiro Kamado, and the Super Action statue Jonathan Joestar. And for my final comments on this figure, I would highly suggest picking him up if you can find him. He is around like $20, $22, so pretty cheap for what he is. I mean, that is like Marvel Legends price. But when it comes to the amount of detail and the really, really good transformation and the good engineering in said transformation, I think $20 is definitely worth it for this figure. But if you can find him, definitely, you know, like I said, pick him up. You can probably find him on Big Bad Toy Store, probably Walmart, Target, wherever you could probably go. If you think you could find this figure there, go for it. It is very, very, very good. I definitely enjoy this figure a lot, and I think you guys will too. But anyways, guys, that is about it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.